Welcome back to Collegiate Call of Duty. We're jumping into what could very well be the conclusion of the Carleton versus Oregon Ducks game. Currently in this one, Carleton is up 2-0. It was a 250-181 hardpoint, a 6-1 search, and now we'll be dealing with Gunrunner for the domination. This is a mode of which Carleton has not necessarily been fantastic in, and specifically speaking, this is by far their weakest mode. They still hold a very good record, but their differential is where things get a little bit more lopsided. On the other side, though, Oregon, one of their best modes, 11-4 in total through their regular season. They're 4-5 on this map mode combination, or part of the map mode combination, but in this mode specifically versus other playoff teams. In these playoffs, they are 2-1. And again, surprisingly, when they beat Illini Orange in domination, it was on this map. So some consideration to be said there for this squad, but you take a look at our rosters. Again, leading the top side for Carleton, it's 47 in Hawk. That's who you figure will also lead up their KD. But to be fair, Team Thief, Purple Penguin, they're all looking super solid in this one, and they've been playing super well along the side of Cashier, who's their last player. So it's one of those things that, talking to 47 in Hawk, they were saying that, hey, we've got a lot of work to do for our own challengers team, but we're not neglecting our other three homies here. They're doing a lot of VOD review, they're doing a lot of bot shooting and some boot camping, and it's paid off so far in these playoffs.
Oh, 100% the case, too. And being able to cast that match, it was relatively close for the scoreline presenting itself versus Georgia Southern. The reason why TESPA Carleton find themselves down here in the losers bracket, it was fantastic to see both for all three, Purple Penguin, Thief, and Cashier, being able to show up to the plate and being able to knock it out of the park, too. They have been looking fantastic throughout the regular season. They've come into the playoffs overall at the 13th seed. You can take a look at their stats right here. Their hard plans at 15-3, search for 14-3, domination at 14-3 as well. Statistically, like Shift was saying, domination is their weakest map mode. And for Oregon, you got to be looking at that, and you're going to want to snuff that out so that way you can walk away with this.
Yeah, absolutely the case. And looking at Oregon, well, again, we kind of already mentioned it. It's one of those things that they look solid in their win-loss ratios, but take a look at where they rank currently. That's just through the regular season, mind you. Where they currently rank out of the 32 teams, again, that's pretty subpar for the hardpoint, definitely subpar for the search. And now you take a look at the domination. That's where they really have been the strongest, and that's the map that we're dealing with. Again, we're already 2 maps through with this one. So, I guess the good news here for Oregon, looking at an 0-2 total, is that you are going to a domination, of which, again, you're in a position where you've already found a surprise win versus the Illinois Orange team. So can you potentially repeat that? That's the big question mark on hand, because on the other side of things, they also have played Northern Iowa on this map mode combination, and they weren't able to find that same kind of success as they fell in that domination to a score of 144-151. Overall, though, average between those two, they've averaged a 152-149 score. That's exactly where you want to be. Positive differential, even in a 1-for-1 trade on the win-losses. And that's the thing that you're kind of looking forward to if you're Oregon, is you got to find that same bits of success that you had previously here once again, as you're starting to get ready to go for this very pivotal map 3.
I think there's a lot to look at, too, just being to start dissecting that Illini Orange versus Oregon match that we had in that winner's side. It all really depends on which Illini Orange squad that we're talking about. Now you're dealing with playoff grid, right? You got to see that earlier on today versus UT Dallas. That team actually absolutely turned up to the point where the boiling water wasn't even funny. It just straight turned into vapor. It was absolutely monumental to see the night and day ability from facing Oregon into going up against UT Dallas in that match today. Now, Oregon is going to be able to have to look at their consistency factor against stronger teams, and they're going to have to be able to showcase that versus Carleton, who might be a little bit faltered getting knocked down from Georgia Southern, a match of which they had literally fall through their fingertips at a multitude of times. On the other hand, for Oregon, too, this is tournament life. Like we said walking in here, this could very much so be the last map of their tournament run. TESPA Carleton are sitting on map point 2. And when you're looking at Gunrunner as a domination map all included, you're looking at SMG presence. So, yeah, you started off saying this ever so wonderfully, Alan. 47 in Hawk, you better be aware of these guys. Because they are going to be pushing your flank, and they are going to find the utmost value in breaking a multitude of areas.
It's the speed, right? That's kind of where my mind first goes to, is the speed at which Carleton, we saw that they were able to do versus Georgia Southern. Unfortunately, in a losing effort for them, but still in a close fashion. So we'll jump on it. It'll be the Ducks of Oregon in the yellow. It'll be Tespa Carleton in the green, and it will be Tespa Carleton starting off on the A side of the map, as Oregon will be forced to figure out what they want to do from the C side here, and it's going to be a very interesting interaction over towards B initially. Good pressure to the middle of the map here for Oregon as they kind of bait and switch it over, but again, everyone is dealt with, and so far Carleton off to a pretty good start as they have a pretty even number, and now actually they have numbers over towards B to at least keep things neutral for the time being.
He's actually going to take down Kevo after finding 2. Very unfortunate to see as far as the showcasing is concerned. The 50-50 split over top of the B flag not going in the way that the Ducks had necessarily wanted it to go. But here comes Purple Penguin making a little bit of a showcasing, talking about birds. And just like that, it's going to be a full-on wipe. Tespa Carleton are going to be able to find themselves a little bit more map pressure as they look to then hold this mid-map pressure a little bit more strong-suited. And now Oregon have the tall task to be able to decide which lane are we going to choose to try to push back for either the A side spawns or the B flag as a whole.
Solid start for Hawk and 47, a 6-2 combined for the two of them thus far. And with that, Tespa doing a really nice job here of holding on to not just the B flag, but also that boiler room. They really haven't given it up much at all here so far. Penguin looking for a potential push through the vent room will be cut down. Now an opportunity for Oregon, their best opportunity thus far to actually break things through, but it's 37 on the flank. Wonderfully timed. He will pick up 3 kills for essentially free, a grab and go in a sopping spree manner. And with that, Tespa Carleton hold on to the B flag and continue to grow their lead.
The lead is definitely continuing to grow. Got Thief just trolling around this A flag, just making sure that there's no silliness going on. The C flag is also being worked. It is neutralized. No points now being gained for Oregon as they have to split their numbers and at least put themselves 1 on the flag and 1 to try to hunt into the backside. It will end up being Cashier that goes down. Cashier was doing a great job of being that pest into the backside, but now trading that role for 47. Now they put themselves on the C flag to continuously find this thing neutralized, and they will actually go for the full secure. This is starting to look scary. You put your strongest player to be the pest in the backside. That's exactly what happens. Tespa Carleton are growing this lead to 25 plus.
47 almost has more kills than the entirety of Oregon combined. 11-4. Not to be terribly outdone is Purple Penguin, who is 8-2. He was 8-1 before he just previously fell. But again, now Oregon's starting to pick up a little bit of steam. It's a 3-for-2 trade. Long-range shots not going to come through as, again, Thief holding down the backside of the cargo area, or this coal mine area, I should say. He's able to stall things for a touch, but again, Oregon's number is just a touch too many, as they will eventually get this neutral. But why they neutral? Take a look at your C flag. You've got who on it? It's 47. He's 13-5. He's got a 1v1 in front of him. He wins that. C flag will be flipped, and 47's not done yet, as he'll go prone, try to throw a couple more shots in the mix. But again, while he's done that, guess where there's no pressure? It's over to B, and Carleton will very quickly recapture the B flag.
Yeah, Ram's going to find themselves over here along with Kevo. They're able to find themselves a serious amount of kills. They're going to be able to have to turn this into a little more something. Jeez, 47. What is going on here? 16-6 on an absolute rampage, my man. Tespa Carleton are absolutely forcing UO against the gates and then some, just not allowing them to find any sort of value apart from fighting off the pass. 47 from down up top is able to take down Ram yet again. And this is starting to look real scary here. If you're an Oregon fan, they are starting to reel. And while 47 is having their way, won't be able to get Brandon. Brandon's actually going to be able to get that past the 47 out.
50-point game. We still have 60 seconds to play in this first half. Oregon going to change up the look. They're going to try to make a play for the A flip with 3 players coming through, but you wanted to see 47 pop up. How about Hawk? Oh my goodness. Almost able to find the second kill. And well, again, all of this pressure's coming through. Guess who rotates from B to C? It's Carleton. They get the C flag in their favor, and they actually allow the spawns to be flipped. Maybe a touch, ahead of when they really wanted to, because now all of a sudden the B flag has been turned, the A flag has been neutraled, so is the C flag, and if Ram Loading can win this gunfight, that'll be the C flag secured up. One more 1v1 over to A, that'll be won by 47. He will turn the A flag in favor of Carleton in our last 20 seconds or so. Looks like they're going to stay with a 2 flag to 1 advantage for TESPA Carleton, as they will likely get right around the 100-point mark. They're actually going to hit it just above if they hold on to both these flags.
50 plus points, 56. With that final tick coming on through, it's going to be 102 to 45. Shift 50-point margin sub, even though
Almost
this is so hard to come back from, man. And on the second half, count your blessings, I guess. TESPA did start on the A side, but let's be quite candid here. And I'm gonna ask you this very, very kindly. How long do you think that Oregon's gonna hold on to this flag?
Here's what needs to happen. I'll answer your question with a different situation. The game needs to give Oregon the B flag right now, and they have to hold it for the full 5 minutes if they want to have a shot to come back. That's the 60-point differential. They have to hold A and B for 5 minutes.
All right.
So, to answer your question, they can't just hold 2 flags. They need to neutral. They need to find a moment of full dom, and immediately TESPA Carleton, not even interested in the B flag. All 5 members will swing through the woods. Nobody reads this. And well, again, even though you've got a small moment where you've captured the B flag, there's nobody home at A and only 1 player to capture C. So as long as you just keep moving around the map as a 5-man stack for TESPA Carleton, you just win the game right here. That's simply the game strategy, that if you're really doing the math, if you just full 5-man run around, you're going to win the game just by holding on to 1 flag.
I never do math shift, not at a time like this. TESPA Carleton, on the other hand, they're keeping their numbers, like you said, and just absolutely running through and running over Oregon on every single trade that they find themselves in. A's flag will start being worked there. B flag is secured for TESPA Carleton. In this lead, although still growing, being able to be pushed back. Oregon at least are trying to fight back from this, and well, they really have no choice. Again, tournament life on the line.
Yeah, 47's almost to 30 kills, and we're not even at the 3-minute mark. He's on 3 straight. This is just going to be a victory lap from here on out for 47, as I hate to say it, but mathematically it's about to become impossible. It's getting to that point very soon here, as they're going to need a full capture for more than a minute, likely about a minute and a half. And, well, you just don't see a world where that's going to happen, because 47 just exists, period. That's what it comes down to. Yep, finesse that. Easy shots. 5 straight. Give him number 30 here in a moment, as he's 28-8. Just playing his life on C. Hey, thanks for challenging. Thanks for the kill. Number 5 in the mix for him. This is unbelievable. I mean, 47's just having a field day, definitely staying hot after what he did versus Georgia Southern. And if you're the University of Louisiana Lafayette and you're watching this right now, you haven't played in like 6 hours. You're going to have to play up against this Carleton team? Yeah, good luck.
Luck is definitely something that you're going to hope to bring. If you're the Raging Cajuns going up against the TESPA Carl team, is, there's 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. I don't want to say it's mathematically impossible, not quite yet. It's still very possible if the triple cap comes through. Well, in about the next 5 seconds, but it doesn't look the case anyway. For TESPA Carleton going up against ULL, you hit the point damn on the head. Against Georgia Southern, Allen, this team of TESPA Carleton opened my eyes wide at the pace that they were able to set on their respawn game modes, and even through search, being able to meet Georgia Southern at a multitude of times. ULL are going to truly struggle with that. 47 is at 32 and freaking 11 right now to make that 33. That is just something that you have to be quite weary of, especially when you have players such as Thief and Purple Penguin playing at the caliber that they are today, too. You're dealing with the championship caliber team of TESPA Carleton. They're showing up today, and they are definitely hungry. They don't want their tournament run to end so soon here on day 1 or day 2 of playoffs.
My goodness.
Indeed.
My goodness. This has been a blowout. 90 seconds to play. Mathematically impossible at this point in time. It's just of how far is 47 going to run it up? He's at 36 and 13.
You got a minute 27 to get 50. Let's go.
Yeah, okay.
Chop, chop.
Get to work, 47. That's the... wow, you're just bad. Not only did you kill a teammate, you just lost the gunfight. God.
Just so blatant.
He's terrible. great. This is just absolutely insane. Carleton, I mean, it's not just 47 either. Yeah, he's having a special game, but how many times have we seen both Cashier, Thief, and Penguin pop off? I mean, Cashier, yeah, sure, he's only 14 and 50, but he's been a part of 9 captures, again, showing that he's playing all over the map. Team Thief has been the guy kind of floating in the middle of the map, but he's 16 and 11. And then you got Purple Penguin, 22 and 15 with 12 captures. I mean, it's just that statistic is just absolutely insane. And Oregon will unfortunately see their tournament come to a close in relatively humiliating fashion, as they are absolutely getting blown out here in the domination. And unfortunately, they weren't able to really keep things close in either the search or in the hard point based on what we're seeing in the scoreboard. So it just comes down to what will the final tally read as, and will 47 break past the 40 kill mark. He wants it. If he checks to his right, he'll find not one, but likely two. Oh, he steals the assassination away from his teammate. Oh, the things you do for 40 bombs and Dom.
You know, at this point, 40 bomb means absolutely nothing. That was so selfish. We could have gotten gifted an assassination, but you had to ruin it. 47. And what did it cost? Yeah, you got a 40 bomb, but it costs my satisfaction and fun. Can't have that. Can't have that at all. But again, going back to your previous point too, seeing Thief, Cashier, and Purple Penguin doing the work that they were able to do here, and being able to see how they've been able to show up too. If you go back, ladies and gentlemen, if you missed that match versus Georgia Southern, the Eagles COD, and Tespa Carleton, I greatly urge you to go back and watch that, because this team absolutely popped off all the way until the Azir Cave hardpoint. They put in work as a full 5-man roster, and you got to see just how scary this Tespa Carleton team can truly be against even a stronger roster such as Georgia Southern. So go back to a previous point that Alan said while we were still closing out that final quarter. Yeah, Rage Occasion's going to have their work cut out for them heading into that match, for sure. Not playing in a certain series of time, going up against a white-hot 47 off their Northern Lights tournament win yesterday, and playing along with the Tespa Carleton team here in CCL playoffs. Yeah, they are they're putting in work.
And really, honestly, again, University of Louisiana Lafayette, yeah, you were able to get the win versus Rutgers in round 1 of your winners bracket, but we saw the lack of ice in the mix for their match versus LA Tech, where they should have had the first map at least, and then they just got blown out the rest of the way through. And then past that, you only played Oklahoma State, which, not to be giving too much offense, is just not one of those teams that we expected to contest much for a top 24 spot. They only get there because they got a forfeit win to get to the top 24. So now you were going to be going from essentially, I won't necessarily say an easier game versus a harder, but let's be honest, those are easier opponents versus a much more difficult opponent coming up. So we will get our assets ready to go here on stream for you guys, as well as get I believe there's going to be a neutral in the mix for both of these teams. So we'll try to get the lobby set up as fast as possible for you guys. Thanks for sticking with us here at the Collegiate Call of Duty Playoffs. This will be our final match upcoming for the first weekend of the CCL playoffs. And then we'll be back the following weekend. Oh, not, pardon me, 2 weekends following, as we'll be back on May the 15th to finish out from the top 12 on. But don't go too far. We've got another matchup coming for you guys in Losers Round 3 right after this.